Hey guys, Skinny Elephant here, doing some more round 3 NHL playoffs. Well, not more, but round 3 NHL playoffs. I do apologize, we did not get a video out last week. Some things came up again, I do apologize for that. But we're going to be starting off with Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. Sebastian, who do you like in this one, or Seabass? Either way.
I'm going Tampa Bay. This is another gut feeling again. I was wrong on Dallas, but I'm really throwing Tampa. I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna take it back afterwards.
Okay, fair enough then. You know what? It's been interesting. I picked Washington to beat Pittsburgh, but Matt Murray did a very good job. He made 40 saves. I believe it was game 2 or 3. He made 40 saves. He did a very good job there. Pittsburgh looked really complete last round, and I said whoever would win that series would probably go on to the final, and I do believe that one here. But Tampa Bay, you can't count them out. Stamkos will be back at the end of the series, and Victor Hedman, Kucherov, Tyler Johnson have done very, very well. They've only played 5 games in each first and second round. They've only gone to 5 in the first 2 rounds, so that's going to really help them out with the rest, the fatigue factor and whatnot. They're going to be very well rested. Pittsburgh have gone to 5 and 6, so still not too many games there, but Tampa should be more well rested than Pittsburgh there, so that's going to be a very, very interesting one. It's going to come down to who's better, Matt Murray or Ben Bishop, and he has a very, very good view of that one with Matt Murray, so you can go ahead and talk about that one there.
With Matt Murray again, I think it's the point I brought up with the Anaheim series against Nashville in the first round. With Gibson, he was an incredible goalie, but he's a rookie. It's his first year. He just came up. He's hot right now. He's really, really hot. But it's the conference finals. It's round 3. If they go through, next game is going to be the finals, right? Now is when the pressure is really going to start to build on him. Holtby's been there. He can handle the pressure better. He's experienced. But Murray, it's going to be a toss-up. I'm not saying that he can't do it,
Holtby.
but Bishop, sorry. I think I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it's going to be very interesting because the pressure is really going to start to build. It's going to look like in his head, he's going to be like, this, we can do this, and that's, again, how he takes it and how he kind of, if he thrives off that pressure or he's going to crash on that pressure. And another thing is, too, whether he thrives or not, say he crashes, it's up to the Penguins to notice if he can handle it or not and to throw Fleury back into it.
They gotta be behind them too, though, eh?
Yeah,
they gotta be behind them. You leave them in, or by this, if they save to go down 2-0 in the series, like they did with Gibson, you either know or you don't at that point.
Mm-hmm.
If he played, the unfortunate thing with John Gibson was he didn't even play very poorly. He played pretty well. It wasn't really his fault they lost those first 2 games. It was just down to Nashville being better at the time than Anaheim was. So again, by the end of the second game, you're gonna find out going into third, is Matt Murray the goalie that's gonna continue to perform that way if they're down 2 games in the series, or do you put Fleury in? If he played fairly well, and you continue with him, will he continue to do as well as he has been? And that's gonna just come down to a mental game for the coach and whatnot. Is he our goalie to win it? I truly believe he is. You even said you believe he is. It's just gonna come down to mentality.
Mm-hmm. If you can handle the pressure. Another thing that I'm writing on too is that you mentioned this just now that Tampa is fresher. Another thing too, they have higher momentum. They've just been killing it. Haven't been facing the bigger teams like obviously Pittsburgh has, but they've had less games. They can go to OT. They can really, they're going to have bodies that can just go. And Durant and the other guys done a lot more than they expected to do. And say they take it to say it's tied up 2-2, game 5 or game 6, 2-3. Say Stamkos comes back around then, it's going to be a huge mentality boost. The players are going to be like, Stamkos is back. They're going to be hot. They're going to be so pumped up and motivated.
Will he be the same though when he comes back?
doesn't matter. It does.
Well, no, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, it's going to be the whole team though. The whole team's going to be boosted.
It'll be morale
whether
boost
he's
for sure, yeah.
Whether he's going to be the same guy doesn't matter because the team's going to be hot. They're going to make up for what he lacks.
Yeah.
You know, if he doesn't put any points, and the team's going to be, it's going to come and make it up for him, right? All these little factors are going to come in. I'm going to say Tampa more on a feeling. I think they can do it. I really do think they can do it. Logically, not so, but I feel like they have more of an edge right now. Yeah.
Well, it comes down to depth for me. Like I chose St. Louis because of their depth, and San Jose because of their depth in the last. We'll get to Western Conference in a bit, but I chose them both for their depth. And again, Pittsburgh's depth just looks very good. They can roll 3 or 4 lines and be okay. They can roll all 6D and be okay. Will Matt Murray continue? We're going to find out, later tonight or whatnot, if he plays well or not. But the depth is just greater than Tampa's, and I feel that's going to really push them over the edge there. Tampa has solely and heavily counted on their top 2 lines. I'm not saying their third and fourth haven't contributed. They've been very good. As he's mentioned, CBS has mentioned they've played weaker teams compared to Pittsburgh. The Rangers weren't necessarily the greatest team, but they were a stronger team than who did Pittsburgh play in the first round? Oh my gosh, I forget actually. Pittsburgh played Rangers and Tampa played Detroit. That's what it was. I had a mind fart there. Detroit, the New York Rangers were a better team than Detroit was, and Washington was definitely a better team than the Islanders were. So I feel that Pittsburgh has proven, Matt Murray's proven he can do it. They played very well in front of him. They're not really concerned. They're okay. He's gonna face a shot. I don't have to jump in front to block it. To make sure we can't let this goalie face any shots. They put their trust in him, and they look confident in front of him. And I really believe that's gonna be the contributing factor here. And I feel that Pittsburgh will win this one in 6. I'm gonna say 6. There.
Yeah, 6 or 7. I feel like we've had a lot of 6 or 7. It's gonna happen again. And hey, let's see what happens. And next we're gonna have the round 3 of the Western Conference, the conference final against San Jose and St. Louis. How do you feel about that?
The West is there, San Jose and St. Louis. You know what? I picked both of them to move on, but he picked San Jose too. So, and St. Louis, like I said, their depth looks incredible. Pietrangelo came back in the playoffs very late, or not very late, but when he came back late in the season, going into the playoffs, has looked really good. Dallas, did a very good job though. They pushed them to 7 games. It was longer than I expected the series to be, but Dallas's goaltending really let them down there. And Elliott has really been superb for St. Louis. I mean, they didn't have the goaltending we thought they would have to win the cup, but Elliott's done fairly well coming in. Looking good. He's been making over 30 saves a few times, up to 40 saves even a few times in this playoffs. And he's done everything. He's given them chances to win a lot. And the rolling 4 lines, St. Louis, they're rolling 6D, and that's really helped them as well. The only thing I have a problem with for St. Louis is the fatigue factor. They've gone to 2 Game 7s now in the first and second round. Many overtimes. Yeah, many overtimes. And the fatigue may settle in this 3rd round here, conference final. They've played many games. Their big guys have logged many minutes. Pietrangelo, Shattenkirk, first line there, Tarasenko, logging 30 minutes a game. It's a lot of time heading into the 3rd round against a team like San Jose that will knock you down. St. Louis could play any style, to be honest. St. Louis, they could beat you with speed, they can beat you with strength, and that's going to be a very good series, to say the least. On San Jose's standpoint, Martin Jones, like I said, he was 2nd in wins before the beginning of the playoffs, and that's why I liked them a lot, and he's done very well in the playoffs. Martin Jones. He's always shown up, and he's done very well. San Jose, their offense looks incredible, with Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau turning back the clock. Joe Pavelski has done incredibly well, leading the playoffs with 9 goals. Logan Couture has come back from injury and done a very good job. He's got 17 points. Brent Burns on the point has been exceptional with Vlasic there. And they look really deep. Again, the depth there for San Jose is incredible. And I feel that the fatigue factor will settle in for St. Louis, and Martin Jones will be a better goaltender. And I believe he is a better goaltender than Brian Elliott. I feel that Brian Elliott has overachieved in this playoffs, and Martin Jones will come in and do a very good job there in the third round. And we will be seeing San Jose in the final, I believe, there.
Yeah, I think I agree with you for most of those points. I'm going to go San Jose. I'm looking at things a little differently. I'm looking at, both St. Louis and San Jose both face and won potential Stanley Cup winners in LA and in Chicago. They weren't supposed to. No one was expecting them to go through either teams. And then another test they had to face with San Jose faced Nashville. They faced a very defensive team. They had a good goalie, although Rene hadn't had his best playoffs, hadn't best year in general. They've had to deal with very, very strong defense. And then so that's something they could be able to, once they move on to St. Louis, something they already dealt with, and they can move forward from that. But at the same time, St. Louis has dealt with the very heavy offense of Dallas. And, kind of those things that it's going to be much easier for them to kind of take on, like the hurdle they had to come over. And now it's just going to be, right now, I think Allie's going to be an issue for St. Louis. I'm not saying that he's not a bad goalie. He's been very good. Like
he's
you said.
overachieved.
He's overachieved.
I
That's the
believe
thing.
he
He's
has,
overachieved.
yeah.
See how much he can overachieve. At the same time, they're fatigued. Like, look at Nashville in Game 7. Like, they were dead. They were dead and they looked awful. I'm not saying San Jose is going to do that to, say, St. Louis towards the end of the series, but it plays a huge part, especially with your bigger players being fatigued. They've been rolling their lines, but I feel like San Jose's, they've had less games, they've had less overtime minutes, they haven't been putting all these players for all these...
well, they've only had 2 less games, but that still helps, yeah.
That's
yeah,
what, that's
still,
at least
still
120
beneficial.
minutes less.
Yeah, still beneficial, for sure.
Another, Jones has been terrific, and just watching San Jose play, they just look really, really good, They're hitting hard, they're making stuff happen, they're playing really aggressive, they want it. They really want. Last video, or the video beforehand, I mentioned if Washington or San Jose go through because they're the typical choke artist. I feel like winning these games is going to be what's going to take it to them to the finals.
So St. Louis is underachieved as well, though, too.
I'm not trying to count St. Louis out, but like they have the players that they've been there and they've lost it time and time again. Like, no, enough.
Who has lost it?
San Jose.
Oh, I thought St. Louis hasn't done very well either, though.
No,
so
but
they both probably.
San Jose's been there and they've choked and they've had enough. They've had enough. They're playing like they've had enough too. They're like, I'm tired of this. We're gonna win it. We're gonna get there. And I'm thinking it's gonna be a San Jose Pittsburgh final. Like I said, I have a feeling that Tampa is gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a very exciting final. And I feel like this is gonna be one of the more entertaining series as well because San Jose plays a very, very good game, and it's going to be very
They're both fast teams, yeah. They're both very quick teams. So I picked Pittsburgh and San Jose. I said San Jose in 6, I believe. So Pittsburgh and San Jose both in 6 for me. You said San Jose and Pittsburgh in the final? You said?
That's a more logical choice, but I want to say San Jose Tampa.
San Jose Tampa, okay.
And I think they're going to make it. I think it's going to be another Game 7. There's too many Game 7s. I don't know if it's Batman just raking it or something, or it's just, I don't think there's been too many. Last couple of years, I don't remember this many Game 6s, Game 7s.
There was 2 years ago, I think, when Chicago won their second one, 2013. I remember there were a lot of Game 7s there.
All right.
But Yeah, no. I don't. Maybe Batman's rigging him. Who knows? He's putting the team in Las Vegas, so who knows? Any last points? No,
No.
nothing. All I want to say, guys, is I'd like to see Joe Thornton win it this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to see him win it for San Jose, but we'll get to that if San Jose and Pittsburgh do meet in the final. We'll obviously talk about that later in another video. We should be releasing one on Sunday. It's gonna be covering a few leagues. They're all end for soccer, so soccer it'll be a soccer video on Sunday. So if you don't enjoy soccer, then don't watch it. I guess if you feel like watching this, then watch it. We'll be doing Serie A, La Liga, Spain, Italy, Germany, and England. Just sum it up. Just
top leagues.
The top 4 leagues. Maybe touch on France. Just for that. And then next week we should be doing a Euro video if they release the squads. It looks like they're releasing a few squads. So we should be doing a Euro video next week sometime around Thursday or Friday or so, waiting for every single squad to be released. But yeah, that's our video, guys. Again, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. And peace.